Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Letter live here from Green High School's gymnasium. It is me, myself, Aiden Brueck from Green High School, and to my right from the Kin Repository, Mike Popovich. We got a pretty big game here tonight. This is the second Federal League game for Hoover. I believe this is Green's first Federal League contest. Green can come out of here with a strong, undefeated Federal League record, but Hoover are looking to avenge what they lost against Jackson last Friday.
Yeah, Hoover's, 0-1 in the Federal League. Green off to a tough start at 0-2, but they have played some really tough teams. We saw them play Brunswick last week, and they still won by 20-some points after losing their best player. And then they went on to play a Massillon team on Friday night. Hey, we've talked about Massillon football in the past decade, how powerful it is. This might be one of Massillon's best basketball teams in a while. They beat Green by over 30, and then they went off and put 97 on Metter less than 24 hours later. So Green with an opportunity tonight to get off to their Federal League campaign off to a good start.
Yeah, and Green, obviously, you said, they've faced some pretty tough teams, but they're also under new leadership under Coach Spottleston. We traveled here last week for their first game against Brunswick, and we saw really what this team was made about. It's a team that has a lot of rotation, it's a team that has a lot of depth, and it's a team that is willing to make adjustments when they're needed. And, if you look at things, you're going to see a lot of different rotations run by Green tonight. It's honestly, it's really hard to tell who's going to start every night because you got different kids every night. But they're running out there with a lot of fresh faces under Coach Spottleston. I'm really excited to see what impact they have on the court tonight.
Yeah, you got to let the season breathe a little bit. We can't really give a good indication of this Green team until he finds the rotation he feels comfortable with, maybe 6-7 games into the season. Tonight, I think what he wants to do is have his team give themselves a chance going into the fourth quarter against Hoover. And depending on what happens, that's a big step up for them.
Yeah. Now, let's take a look at some of these big players for Hoover and Green. Obviously, for Hoover, their big guy, Hunter Hirschberger, dropped 32 against St. Edwards, especially contributing during those last two free throws after a technical. Really sealed the game for Hoover. This kid is electric. He's only a sophomore, and he's putting up massive numbers every single night for this Hoover team. And, I can only imagine he's going to continue to grow. So, Hunter, I did this for you when we visited you at your home tent or your home gym. Hunter, I want 5 threes from you tonight. Now, I don't know if you can do that, but we got to have a reverse announcer's jinx here because, Hunter has been phenomenal in every single game he's played.
Well, you won't put the jinx on him right now because if he hears this, it'll probably be after the game. So, but Hunter Hirschberger, first couple of seasons, we've seen him hit dramatic threes at the end of quarters. Saturday, he goes to the free throw line, less than a second left. We've seen free throws this season being an adventure for some teams. And for Hunter, he hits 1 of 3 because he drew a foul on a three-point attempt to get his team to tie the game. Fortunately for Hoover, Lakewood St. Ed's was assessed a technical foul after that foul was called. So he goes to the free throw line again. Pressure's off, really, but he still hits the 2 free throws to give his team the win.
Yeah, and so now on the Green side of things, you got Sam Dubrovich, who's running kind of the small forward position for this team. He got a lot of minutes last year as a part of the varsity roster under Mark Kinsley, but he also saw a lot of JV experience that he had earlier. This Green team is really stacked. I'm not going to lie. They have a lot of talent. It's just the way that they utilize it that's really going to go down to the end of things. Especially, you take a look at some of these guys. You got David Zarnicki, who's kind of running the forward right now. He'll do tip-off, and then immediately he'll actually not retreat into the paint like a center, but he'll kind of be facilitating this offense regardless of wherever he's playing. Green's playing practically positionless basketball. because it's high scoring and it's effective. And if Green can continue that tonight, I think they have a really good shot of keeping up with this high scoring Hoover offense.
Yeah, one player I'm interested in seeing continue to progress is Aiden Brueck, freshman. We saw him have a good game in his first varsity game here against Brunswick. Against Massillon, he scored 8 points. So this guy, like Hirschberger was last season for Hoover, this guy could be an impact player right away for Green.
Yeah, so now from the Letter Live, we have a couple of pregame interviews from Coach Spottelson and Coach Bluey, respectively. We're going to take it over to those right now. All right, so obviously not the quickest of starts that you've wanted to get to at the season, but it is only around like quarter through the season at this point. So you guys got plenty of time to refocus and redeliver. You guys had 27 turnovers against Massillon. Would you say that your turnovers have been one of your most prominent problems?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we played both teams. We played really fast opponents that wanted to press us a lot, and it just highlighted a weakness of ours. We got to be stronger with the ball. We got to be able to handle pressure and not get so sped up. And we've addressed it, and something we're working on. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Hoover, as you were talking about, you've been playing some very fast-paced teams. Hoover is one of the most fastest teams in the Federal League. From what I've seen, I watched them against Youngstown East, which they got off to a fast start, averaging 12 in the first. I mean, their big key is Hunter Hirschberger. So only a sophomore, you got 2 more years of him. What has been the key that you've seen to shut him down?
Yeah, not many teams have done very well at it, but it's a team effort thing. Like, you can put one guy on him, and you can't say that one guy's got the entire responsibility of stopping him. It's a team effort, knowing where he's at on the floor and making sure we have eyes, 6 eyes on him, and making sure we have help set up to stop him. So it's a team effort to try to contain him.
Yeah, I mean, you have played against these Hoover coach teams for forever. I mean, what has been the most consistent thing that you've seen over the course of your time playing Hoover and now coaching against Hoover?
They're super hard-nosed. They defend. They're going to make it difficult on you. They don't really pressure you too much. They just kind of protect their three-point line and try to say, hey, we're not going to let you inside there. And then they're not going to beat themselves. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They're real fundamental. So I think a fast start's important, making sure we don't get behind, because they're tough to play catch-up on.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of new talent coming into the fold this year, especially after departures from last year. Can you just talk about kind of the effect that obviously our new guard game has had on the team, and also being able to kind of fit in Wyrick and all these younger kids into the fray, giving them experience and also having them be very effective in varsity time?
Yeah, I mean, it's, ideally you don't want to have to put a bunch of freshmen in trial by fire situations, but that's kind of where we're at. They're talented kids. They got the maturity for it. And, you can, you're not playing for experience in the future. You're playing to win right now, and you find the guys that you feel like give you the best chance to do that.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Letter Live here from Green High School's gymnasium. Now we have an interview with Mike Bluey, head coach of the Hoover Vikings, coming up for you right now.
Okay, Mike, you had a very interesting weekend last weekend. You play Jackson. You come up short against them, but less than 24 hours later, you play a very good Lakewood St. Edward's team, and you were able to come out with the victory. Talk about how your team was able to just kind of rebound on short notice against a good team like St. Ed's.
Yeah, we had our chances Friday night against Jackson. We did play shorthanded without Rob Oster, was out with the flu, was able to give us 12 minutes against Ed Saturday, and just such a difference with him on the floor, how he stretches defense, his ability to shoot. But was really happy with our kids' effort on an emotional bounce back, turning it around and playing 18 hours later against a really, really good Ed's team. So, had a great workout Saturday afternoon, and we put on a pretty good performance.
Yeah, Hunter Hirschberger, early in his career, has come up with I've seen him come up with big shots at the end of quarters. On Saturday, he goes to the free throw line with less than a second left, sinks the winning free throws to give you the victory. For a sophomore, that's got to be big.
Yeah, sure. We have confidence with him going to the line. He's proven to make big shots. So, in crunch time on the free throw line, we let him take the technical free throws. But he made the important one on the one where after he was fouled shooting the three. So, he's a gamer. Doesn't matter what grade you're in. He's a gamer.
Tonight's opponent, Green, off to an 0-2 start. But they've played some pretty tough teams early in the season. Brunswick and Maslin, who put up 97 points on Menor on Saturday. Just what are your impressions with them early in the season?
New coach, new system. You can see them getting better, especially with timing every time out on the floor. Typical Green kids play really hard, really coachable. So, we have a Federal League road test in front of us. We know it, and we're gonna have to play hard and play well, and we hope to come out victorious.
All right, thanks, Mike. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Hello, everybody. Sorry for the delay. We were going through the motions of the national anthem, Mike. Beautiful rendition there done by the Green High School pep band. Props to them, Mike. Run us through the starters for this Hoover team.
All right, for Hoover, entering the game with a 3-1 record, we have Gage Wagner, a 6'4" senior forward, averaging 5.3 points per game. Crew Kane, a 6'1" senior guard, averaging 9.3 points per game. Connor Newell, a 5'11" sophomore guard, averaging 6.8 points per game. Hunter Hirschberger, a 6'1" sophomore guard, averaging 22.3 points per game, coming off a 32-point game against Lakewood St. Ed's. And Rob Oster, a 6'5" senior forward, averaging 4 points a game.
Yeah, now for Green, we're looking at them on the bench right now. We have Anthony Fortunato, 6'1" senior who comes out of the gate, a shooter. AJ Fortunato, his twin brother, identical, so we're going to see a lot of the Fortunatos tonight. David Zarnicki, who played a lot of JV last year, comes into the season this year and comes in with a bang. Then we have Hayden Lewis, who we haven't seen a lot of besides his 2 games that he had at the start of the season. But he's got a lot of point guard ability, especially facilitating this offense for the Bulldogs.
Well, Green, coming in under Mitch Bottleson, 0-2. Mitch Bottleson, as a player at Lake, as a coach at Lake, has faced these Hoover teams for a number of years, a number of Mike Louie's teams, and we'll see what they can come up with tonight as Green looks for their first win of the season.
And now tipping off for the Bulldogs is number 20, David Zarnicki, for the Hoover Vikings, number 12, Gage Wagner. Wagner with a sleeve over his right leg tonight. We haven't seen that before. Looks like he might have some leg troubles, especially off this tip-off. Connor Newell having a big game against St. Ed's as well. Hirschberger guarded by Lewis. We have a ball game. And here we are. The suspense is killing me. Gage Wagner wins the tip-off, and it's going to end up in the hands of Wagner once more after a ricochet off of his teammate. Hirschberger's got it. Dishes it over to Newell on the left perimeter. Looking inside is Newell. He'll back out. Over to Gage Wagner. They're going to call a travel, a legal screen, pardon me.
That's a foul on Hoover. That's on Connor Newell, his first offensive foul.
Sam Dubrovitz on the inbound for the Bulldogs. Dishes it off to Hayden Lewis. He dishes it off to Zarnicki. Zarnicki looking to drive inside. Screen to Fortunato on the right perimeter. Guarded by 2 guys. AJ Fortunato now on that left side. Dishes off to Lewis. Quick screen, gets it over to Dubrovitz. And now we're looking on the left side. Key shot. Dubrovitz with 17-14 left inside. That ball's blocked out of David Zarnicki's hands. And Hoover forcing the first Green reset of the night.
Well, it's good patience by Green against the Hoover defense. It's making it tough on them.
Inbounding the ball for Green is number 11, Hayden Lewis. Lewis, a junior this year, like I said. We hadn't really seen a lot of him starting this year, but the ref about to hand him over the ball. Just give him a second. Lob over to Fortunato, in stride. He'll drive through the paint. Looks for a turnaround floater, but goes to his brother instead. Lewis dishes it to Dubrovitz, now on the left perimeter. Looking inside is Dubrovitz. Tough lay, tough over. It's no good. Dubrovitz can't come down with it. And Hoover, Green, both tied, still at 0. 6 minutes, 52 seconds left. Hirschberger kicks it out to Crew Kane, who's going to go inside off the backboard. Won't have it. A reverse layup opportunity that doesn't come down for him. Fortunato's now got it. He'll look on the left side with his left. Gets it inside to AJ. AJ, big body, gets it inside, and Green on the board first for the for this game tonight. 6:30 to go. Green 2, Hoover 0.
A strong football player, AJ Fortunato. Strong move to the basket there to give Green its first points.
And Hoover currently leading the foul charge, except now that we'll be tied, Hayden Lewis picks up his first of the game. Now tied at 1 foul each. It's going to be a race to the bonus tonight, Mike.
Yes. Yeah, at the rate we're going, it is.
Rob Oster sets a screen for his teammate in Crew Kane, who gets it to Hirschberger. Hirschberger's doubled. Now inside, Oster goes up and over, and he'll convert for 2. Green 2, Hoover 2. We're tied with 6 minutes, 5 seconds to go left here in the first. Lewis dribbles it up. He's guarded by Hirschberger. 1-on-1. Hirschberger gets by the screen from Fortunato. And now Dubrovitz has it on the right side. Looking at the key is Lewis. Outside to Zarnicki. Zarnicki, quick pull-up off the left side of the rim. Won't fall down with it. And hit out of bounds by Zarnicki.
Yeah.
Wagner will take it over for Hoover.
Yeah, Connor Newell going in for that rebound. Draws the foul on Zarnicki. First foul on Zarnicki. Team second for Green.
Wagner inbounds it to Crew Kane. Crew Kane, we saw a lot of him in these first couple of games, and we're seeing a lot of him now. He won't get up for the end one, but he will get 2 foul shots after being fouled by Hayden Lewis, it looks like here, Mike.
Well, Crew Kane, another 3-point threat for Hoover, but early in this game, we've seen him drive to the basket and be aggressive. He draws the foul there, has a chance to put Hoover ahead.
Mike Bluey talking to his team, Spot talking to his team. As we'll see the first one here from Kane. He'll nail it. And Mike, we started this game with a made free throw.
We're off to a great start.
We're off to a great start, Mike.
If we get a close game tonight, we're moving, man.
We are moving. We're moving on up in the world. And Crew Kane looking to move his team up in the world as well. Hoover leading by 1. Kane looks to put it up by another one. And that's going to ricochet out, Mike. We jinxed it, but maybe for the better. I am a Green Bulldog at heart.
Yeah, we got to just let that stuff go, man.
We got to let the free throws go, man. Zarnicki's got to look at the 3-point line. Instead, dishes it out to Fortunato on the left side. Whistle's called, illegal screen on the Bulldogs, and that's going to be a costly turnover.
Yeah, Sam Dubrovitz gets called for the foul here. Already 14 fouls on Green, just 5:28 left to go here in the first quarter.
And I talked to Coach Spottleson before the game, and like we had heard, Green is struggling a lot with turnovers. It's something that they've been struggling with all season. 27 turnovers against Massillon is not light. That's going to be a 3 put up by Oster, but it won't come down. Dubrovitz with the rebound. It's 3-on-2. Wyrick's got it inside. He'll look to push it out. He looks to stop in transition. Ball's turned over. It's Anthony Fortunato and Crew Kane diving for the ball. Dubrovitz now has it. Now, after that turnover, Green gets the ball right back. And now AJ Fortunato has it on the right corner, who gets it to his brother, where we're at the key now. Dubrovitz now has it. He's at the G. He's guarded by Kane. Hirschberger on Wyrick. Wyrick, a freshman that nailed down 2 threes against Brunswick. AJ Fortunato looks to drive inside, dishes it out to Zarnicki in the right corner. And now Dubrovitz now has it once more, getting a screen off of Fortunato. He'll look to drive left. He'll drive inside. Ball almost stolen from him, but AJ Fortunato loses his footing inside, but he'll put one up anyways. In and over. He'll get to his own rebound, and that's going to be blocked. Gage Wagner has the block for the Hoover Vikings, Mike.
Well, Gage Wagner's going to get the foul called on for the Hoover Vikings on that block attempt, and that's going to put AJ Fortunato at the line. First foul on Wagner, second on the Vikings.
Fortunato at the free throw line now. I won't say anything besides the fact that AJ is a really, really good guy. And he misses his first.
We're trying.
We're really trying.
We're
here,
really
man.
trying.
There's really no way
hard.
to get around talking about free throws when you're on radio, Mike. AJ second. Right in. It's a tie ball game here with 4 minutes, 25 seconds to go. Green 3, Hoover 3. Hirschberger's got it. Hands it over to Newell. Kane's got it. Now we have Crew Kane setting up at the key. Hirschberger's got it one-on-one from Fortunato. Tries to spin around. Takes it with his right inside. That ball's stolen by Fortunato. Both Fortunato twins on Hirschberger. He's got Dubrovitz on him as he tries to pull up for a three. And Crew Kane gets it to Newell in the corner. Guarded by Fortunato. That ball's way off. And Wyrick now has it for the Bulldogs. It is 2-on-4 now as Oster gets the, steal, and Kane goes up and over, and we're going to get a charge. Dubrovitz strong arms his way right to another turnover for the Vikings.
Yeah, that's Gage Wagner with the offensive foul there. Second foul on Wagner already. 13th foul on the Vikings.
Fortunato on the inbound to Dubrovitz. May I clarify, this is AJ Fortunato on the inbound. Dubrovitz dribbling up the court as we have 3 minutes, 42 seconds left to go here. Green 3, Hoover 3, left now in the first. They both control their own destinies now as Anthony drives between his legs on the right perimeter, stalling, trying to get a screen. Gets it from his buddy. Crossover, Anthony over to AJ. AJ puts up a three right from the arc. AJ's got it. AJ Fortunato, not really much a three-point shooter, but comes up with the points when he needs to. It's Green 6, Hoover 3. 3 minutes, 13 seconds to go here in the first half.
AJ Fortunato with a strong start for Green tonight. Has 5 of their 6 points.
Inside, fouled by both Dubrovitz and Wyrick. We'll see who actually gets the call now, but Crew Kane was inside the paint there for Hoover.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be on Ethan Wyrick. First foul. Green goes over the limit. Apologies to Ethan early in the game. During our introduction, I was calling him Evan, but it's Ethan Wyrick. Good start to his freshman season for the Bulldogs.
Yes, and especially coming into a team under new leadership, he's really making an impression. That ball almost ricochets out, but Kane's got another. Kane has 2 on the night. Looking to make it 3 now. He grabs it. And up and in, Dubrovitz gets the inbound from his buddy, AJ Fortunato. We've got Kane being guarded by AJ. AJ looks to go inside. Dubrovitz instead hits Zarnicki out on the left side. Wyrick now has it. We're looking at the corner now. Anthony, pivot at the key, will reset as he takes it with his left over to the left side. Screened by his brother, decides to go the other way. He'll drive inside, underneath pass to his brother. Quick and one opportunity for the Bulldogs goes awry, but AJ still gets 2 free throws now after that underhanded pass from his brother.
Yeah, well, John Collins gets into the game for Hoover, guy who quarterbacked the Hoover football team this season. He draws the foul, and that's Hoover's first on Collins.
AJ's first goes right through. Green now coming off to a slow lead. It's 7-5 here after around 6 minutes of play. Mike, I'll tell you what, this is not what I was expecting.
Well, it's a good start for Green. You know, they're being patient when they have the possession of the ball, working to get good shots, and Fortunato off to a real strong start for them.
AJ Fortunato's second free throw goes in, and he swishes it. And now Wyatt Knowlton in the game for the Bulldogs. Knowlton actually has experience on the Bulldogs roster, despite not playing since his freshman year. He comes back after playing a little bit of Y ball. Hunter Hirschberger now has it on the right side. He'll get that into Oster. Hirschberger in the corner. Let's see a heat check. That ball's stolen from him. Green student section chirping all the way through. And that's going to be a Hoover possession after the ball's stolen by Anthony Fortunato.
Well, Green's making Hoover work. Green on defense, really making Hoover work. You know, we saw how effective that was for McKinley when they faced Lake the other night.
Hirschberger inbounds it to Kane. Now Kane has it on this left side. Kane gets it to Collins. Collins looking for a man underneath. He'll find one, but instead decides to go for his buddy. Crew Kane Where'd you get that?
Boy, another aggressive move to the basket by Kane. He's got 5.
Kane does have 5. Wyrick's got to get this down the court, and she'll get it to Knowlton. Knowlton playing a little bit of linebacker this year for the Bulldogs football team, and comes into this game brace on his left knee. He is left-handed, taped up on his left as well. Dubervitz looks to drive inside, and that ball is going to be a green ball after it's poked out by Danny Holohan.
Well, at the rate we're going tonight, I think we're going to see one of those Federal League games. You see them every often that's in the 40s. And that might be to Green's advantage here tonight.
Fortunato goes inside, but that charge is taken by John Collins, who is going to get another turnover for this Green offense.
Yeah, first foul on A.J. Fortunato.
Coming in for the game now is Green's number 10, Ben Ronick. Coming in for A.J. Fortunato. Fortunato comes out after a fast start. 5
points.
Hoover's number 14, Crew Kane now has it. Kane obviously being a big maestro at the point position. Hirschberger gets it at the key to John Collins. Now we've got Brady McCann going inside to Kane. Kane goes inside and takes another lead for the Vikings. It's another 1-point game here for the Vikings. Green 8, Hoover 9. Hoover 9, Green 8. Got to lead with the leading team. And now Dubervitz looks to do it himself. That ball stolen from him by Crew Kane. Kane now to Hirschberger. Hirschberger, heat check! Let's not see it tonight, though, because that ball ricochets off the front of the rim. Spottleston telling his kids to get down. Ball's stolen by Hirschberger, but instead it runs out of bounds. And now it's going to be inbounded by Wyrick.
How many threes did you say for Hirschberger tonight?
5.
Plenty of time.
He's got plenty. Ball's poked out by Hirschberger. Hirschberger, I think, is definitely in the Hall of Fame of names in the Federal League.
I would put him up there, too. He might end up his career in one of the Hall of Fame for basketball players in the Federal League at the rate he's going.
He's got 2 years left, and he has no signs of slowing down. He's played all of the last 2 years of his high school basketball career, getting time in as a freshman. The middle of the court is open inside for the paint. Dubervitz has a lane, won't take it. Instead, it comes back, resets for the Bulldogs. We're at the G now. Anthony Fortunato, Dubervitz sharing time over on the left side. Fortunato looks to go inside himself, almost stolen by Hirschberger, but we'll have another reset with 23 seconds to go here in the first. Looks like Green trying to buy up as much time as they have. Anthony Fortunato steps out of bounds, and that's going to be a Hoover ball with 19 seconds left here in the first.
Boy, Anthony Fortunato looked like he was going to launch that 3. Unfortunately for him, he gets a foot on the line, and that gets the ball back to Hoover.
Coming in for Green now is Casey Richlick for Fortunato. Both Fortunatos now getting the first time that they've had off the court tonight. 18 seconds to go here in the first. Kane's got it inside, puts it over. Wyrick. And now Wyrick has it inside the hands of Dubervitz. And they're telling him, we got to set up at the top. They've got 5 seconds left to go. Nolan sets up a screen. It's almost a backcourt. Ball's stolen. Somersault inside, and zero foul called on that turn of events. Hoover up by 3 after the first. It's Hoover 11, Green 8.
Well, we talked about how big Hunter Hirschberger has been early in the season for Hoover. But tonight, boy, Crew Kane, just of Hoover's 11 points in the first quarter, being aggressive to the basket. You know, Hoover's more than just Hunter Hirschberger this season.
Yes, and like you said, Crew Kane really doing a lot for the Vikings tonight. I mean, this kid has just been electric. He's putting up quick layups all over the Green defense. And if you can't stop that, you won't be able to stop much of the scoring for this Hoover team because Crew Kane is running the floor.
Yeah, and from the Green perspective, not a bad first quarter for them. A.J. Fortunato off to a very good start. They're trying to be patient on offense, and you know it's working for them so far. They're still in this game.
Hirschberger taking his first rest of the night. Kane still on the floor. Connor Newell for Kane. Danny Holohan. all the regular names that you see from this Hoover team now after this 8-man rotation brings them in.
Yeah, this is the first time we're seeing Danny Holohan tonight.
Coming in for the Bulldogs, a barrage of underclassmen plus A.J. Fortunato. We've got Zarnicki, Richlick, Dubrovitz, Hayden Lewis as well in the fray. All juniors. A.J. Fortunato going to be the commander for this team inside. And an open look at Lewis inside. Instead, A.J. Fortunato looks to dribble back. He tells Richlick, hey, let's come over back to the key. Richlick gets it to Lewis. Outside is Dubrovitz now. He'll have to get rid of it inside the Zarnicki. Ball slips out of his hands, and that's going to be another turnover for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's just an unforced error right there. Pass should have been caught by Sarznicki. And Green turns the ball over again. Well, your problem with turnovers, you really can't do that against a really good team like Hoover.
No, like I was saying, Mike, 27 turnovers for Green against Massillon. Not helpful.
Well, this is a lineup that we really didn't see, I think, early in this game against Brunswick for Green.
Yep. And like you said, Mike, we're seeing a lot of new faces now. McCann's got it. Dishes it over to Collins. Outside is McCann once more. Newell sets a screen. Gets it right back to Holohan, who resets at the post with Crew Kane. Kane, guarded by Richlick. Screen pass. He'll look inside. He's got, McCann in the corner, and McCann can't convert. Spottleson tells his men, get back on the other side of the court. Hoover 11, Green 8, 7 minutes to go here. A.J. Fortunato puts up another 3. A lot of arc. Can't come down with it. Is an air ball, unfortunately. Holohan gets it over to Kane. Kane, through his legs, screens by. Goes to McCann to Newell. Right at the key. Kane facilitating this offense. Newell's now got it. Pushed off by Fortunato. No foul is taken. Holohan's got it on the left side. He'll dish it off to Kane, who will drive inside. Looking for Newell outside. He'll put up a quick layup. Crew Kane, another quick bucket for the for the Vikings. Sounded a little bit better in my head, Mike.
Boy, he's got 11 points already. This could be a big night for him.
It is going to be a big night for him, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one who puts up 5 threes instead. Hayden Lewis, pass, almost goes awry to Fortunato. Fortunato's going to have to dribble back. Fortunato doesn't have much room. Guarded by Newell, screen passed by his brother. He'll look to drive inside. Ball's hit out. Zarnicki to Lewis. Lewis inside to Fortunato. That ball's out, and it's going to be Hoover ball. Another turnover for the Bulldogs.
Well, I haven't been keeping track of turnovers, but I have to imagine that's about 6 or 7 already for Green.
The total is more than they have points.
Yeah, they're still at 8 points here in the second quarter. Down at the other end of the court. It was a good look by Fortunato on that 3-point attempt. When you're open, take it, but it just didn't get enough on it.
Oster to Newell. Newell to Hirschberger. That ball's deflected and going back to Hoover. Hirschberger back on the court now for the Vikings. Now let's see if he makes an impact after the impact that we saw him have against Youngstown East. Hirschberger on the inbound. He'll grab Newell. Guarded by Dubrovitz. Hirschberger looking for an open 3 here, opportunity. Lewis guarding Holohan. Crossover goes to Newell at the key. He'll get it to Hirschberger. He'll drive inside. Oster's got it inside, and now Oster, quick layup, gets it for the Bulldogs.
It's good ball movement by Hoover there, especially by Hirschberger, the shooter with the assist.
Timeout taken by the Bulldogs. Their first of the first half.
Well, Hoover on a little bit of a run here, 11-8 after the first quarter in favor of the Vikings, now up to 15-8. Green hasn't scored here in the second quarter, and Mitch Spottleson wants to take a timeout here. Well, tonight we have 2 people observing us from Fairless High School. Anna Doan and Lily Askert are here, and they are in the Fairless Falcon Media wing of Fairless High School, and
we invite people to check out their work as well as ours on YouTube as well. They're here watching us do our thing, and hopefully we've entertained them and informed them so far.
I hope so. I sure hope so. Oster, Newell, Holohan, McCann, and Hirschberger back on the court for the Vikings. A new look for the Bulldogs now, as it's Dubrovitz, Fortunato, Lewis, and Zarnicki. Dubrovitz on the inbound. Brace on his left foot.
And let's see if let's see if Green can get Dubrovitz going here.
If they can get it going, they'll get it going. Down 7, it's Hoover 15, Green 8, 5 minutes, 12 to go, near in the second. AJ Fortunato tries to look inside. Hayden Lewis gets it inside. AJ Fortunato's got it. He'll put one up. Another charge for Newell and for the Vikings. That's another charge on AJ Fortunato.
Yeah, I don't know. Mitch Waddleson kind of questioning that call right there, and I'm questioning it a little bit too. The second foul on AJ Fortunato. Boy, Green just cannot get a full possession here.
Now, both student sections exchanging chances. This ball is going to go to Holohan, inside to Hirschberger. Hirschberger's got a quick lay, almost blocked by Fortunato. And now we're looking at a 9-point lead for Hoover. Hoover 17, Green 8. 4 minutes, 45 to go left here in the second.
Believe it or not, that's Hirschberger's first points of the night.
It is Dubrovitz, looks to dribble inside. He's got a lane, they box in. And that ball is going to fall flat of a field goal. Hoover 17, Green 8. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left. Oster gets it to Hirschberger, who quickly finds Newell. Hirschberger setting up in the corner. Holohan to Hirschberger. Hirschberger driving through. Quick into Oster. Oster puts another one up. Ball's out, and that's going to be a foul for Hoover.
Yeah, David Zarsnecki gets that foul, his second on the team here, and second on the Bulldogs here in the second quarter. A good ball movement to get the ball lost or to draw the foul.
And Green's going to have to catch up here. I mean, if they don't catch up, they might be down for the count. But Wyrick, Ben Bronick coming in.
Ben Bronick, number 35, Aiden Brueck.
Free throws for Hoover. Another one. He missed his first, Mike, but we missed that because we didn't talk about it, obviously.
But he made his second. No announcer's jinx.
No announcers jinx tonight.
One of these days, these guys are going to say, you guys go up there and shoot free throws. See how well you do.
I mean, I could probably make 1 out of 2. Hirschberger steals it from Lewis and gets a quick layup. He's got 4 on the night so far. Inbound into Lewis. Trapped. Looks to go outside. Illegal hit block from Hirschberger.
It's going to be Hirschberger's first foul of the Vikings. A little dangerous time here for Green. They still haven't scored here in this quarter, and you don't want this to get way out of hand. You know, they had to fight an uphill battle against Brunswick, uphill battle against Massillon. They don't want to do that tonight.
Lewis gets the inbound from Wyrick. Ben Bronick in the corner for the Bulldogs. Lewis tries to dribble out. Wyrick's got it. He'll lose it. He's at the key now. Dishes it over to Anthony Fortunato. Fortunato almost steps up, decides not to. He's guarded by Holohan. Green executing a play now. Fortunato's got it inside. Ball's dropped out to Bronick, and that's going to be another charge called on the Bulldogs.
That's going to be on Anthony Fortunato. That's his first. Boy, that's a really, they're calling that tight.
I mean, they got to pull it together. And Green's got to get a score this quarter if they want to get things going. 3 minutes, 27 seconds to go. Hoover 20, Green 8. This was a close game in the first, but now Hoover's taking all over. Kane's got it outside to Hirschberger. He fakes one inside to Oster. Oster outside to Holohan, who gets it to Newell. Newell, he never misses a shot, but he'll miss that one. Who knew? Maybe I was trying to jinx him.
Yeah, ball goes out of bounds to Green. It's just good ball movement by Hoover. I'm just really impressed with just...
I mean, this facilitation from everybody. Kane's got it. Hirschberger's got it. I mean, everybody is talented on this side of the ball. Wyrick's got to get it inside to somebody, and he'll grab that too. Ben Bronick, who loses it. Ball falls right back into his hands off of a rebound by Kane. And now Dubrovitz sets up with 2 minutes 58 to go. It's Hoover 20, Green 8. Guarded by Hirschberger, he gets the steal, and he'll run down the court. Going up, going down. Dubrovitz hits the backboard, but can't get the ball. Hirschberger, he has 6 on the night so far. It's Hoover 22, Green 8. 2 minutes 40 seconds to go as Dubrovitz adapts inside to Zarnicki. Zarnicki at the key. Loses it again. Another turnover for the Bulldogs. Holohan's got it, guarded by Fortunato. Fortunato gets a steal. Dubrovitz on the other side. Fortunato dribbles in himself. Finds one in, finds one out. And Green finally gets some points on the board in the second quarter. Hoover only leading by 12. Hoover 22, Green 10. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the second. Newell kicks it out to Hirschberger. Hirschberger, ball stolen, plucked out by Fortunato, and that's going to go right back into the hands of the Vikings.
Well, it took Green almost 6 minutes to score here in the quarter. Number of turnovers. They got to really clean that up because, you know, these are just possessions where they're just losing the ball. And they got to clean that up.
Kane's got a key now. Hirschberger, guarded by Fortunato once more. He wants to put one up. No heat check for him tonight. He'll drive inside. It goes out to Kane. Kane's open. Kane puts up another 3. Ricochets off the rim. Wyrick loses it again, but he finds his way back. Bronick tries to go inside. He has Zarnicki. Instead, refuses to go inside is Fortunato. He'll put one in, put one down, and he has another foul. Green has another shot at some free throws.
Yeah, for the first time in a while, Green is able to draw a Hoover foul down here at the other end. Had a number of offensive fouls in the second quarter, and Anthony Fortunato will go to the line.
Fortunato at the line. Misses his first. His second goes up. Can't fall down. Another missed free throw here now. Newell's got it for the Vikings. Dishes that over to McCann, who can't get by the screen. Hirschberger, deep 3! Give it to him! Hirschberger, another 3. He's got 9 on the night now. His first 3 comes now in the second quarter. Hoover 25, Green 10. It's only a 15-point lead now for the Vikings. This is a manageable lead for Green to start cutting in on.
Well, it is a manageable lead, but they just can't come up with all the empty possessions they've had here.
Hirschberger channeling his soccer roots now, kicking the ball out to give the ball right back to Green. Looking for a steal, can't grab it, and now Dubrovitz going to get the inbound for the Bulldogs.
Boy, look what we've seen. It's been a tale of 2 quarters. Crew Kane leading the Vikings in the first quarter. Now all of a sudden Hirschberger with 9 quick points for the Vikings in the second.
Lob up to Fortunato, finds successful. He'll put up a deep 3! Give it to him! Fortunato gets another 3. Hoover 25, Green 13. 55 seconds to go now in the second quarter. Now in the first half, rather. Newell gets it to Kane. Kane outside to McCann. McCann's got Hirschberger, who won't put up another 3, but he'll jab his way inside to the paint. Kane's got it, guarded by Wyrick. He'll look under, goes into Oster. The big man gets a big floater for Hoover. Hoover 27, Green 13. 30 seconds to go now in the second. Green, Hoover. Only a foul away from each other now. Green 3 fouls, Hoover 2. All timeouts left. Fortunato pressed up by Newell. Ball almost lost by Wyrick. Regained by Bronick. Bronick not going to get it. Zarnicki looks to put one back up. Oster's got it. He'll fire one out to Hirschberger. Anthony Fortunato slides in. Hirschberger, tough lay. Can't come down with it. And now McCann doesn't come down with it. Bronick, with only 0 seconds to go on the clock, he puts one up and won't fall in. Hoover commanding 14-point lead now after 1 half of play. It's Hoover 27, Green 13, and we'll head into halftime here. Both teams looking to make adjustments in the locker room.
Yeah, big second quarter for Hoover. They outscored Green 16-5. Hunter Hirschberger spearheading that, scoring all 9 of his points so far tonight in the second quarter. You know, Green, too many turnovers, some empty possessions. that's not what you need when you're trying to come back from a big deficit.
No, Mike. So with that being said, we are going to take it out here now, as it is halftime, and we shall see you when we come back.
right, this is Mike Popovich back here at Green High School, along with Aiden Brueck. We're at halftime of the Green Hoover boys basketball game, and the Hoover Vikings have a 27-13 lead at halftime. Looking at the scoring in the first half for Hoover, just 3 guys into the scorebook. Drew Kane leads the way with 11 points. He had 9 of his 11 points in the first quarter. Hunter Hirschberger has 9 points. All 9 points came in the second quarter. And Rob Oster has 7 points for the Hoover Vikings. And for the Green Bulldogs, AJ Fortunato leads the way with 7 points. Anthony Fortunato has 5 points, and those are the leading scorers for the Green Bulldogs. So at halftime, Hoover 27, Green 13, and we'll come back in just a minute. All right, Mike Popovich along with Aiden Brueck back here at Green High School, where Hoover leads Green 27-13 at halftime, and we're ready to start the third quarter.
Hoover's got 2 weeks on Green here. Not looking very optimal, but Kane has a 3, gets it out to Hirschberger, guarded by Fortunato, takes it out to Oster, who's guarded by Zarnicki. Starting lineup now, both teams have their starting lineups back in. Hirschberger, tough layup, gets it right back in off the reverse layup. And now it's Hoover 29, Green 13. 7 minutes, 38 to go left here in the third. Lewis now has it for the Bulldogs. He'll look on the right side. Bounce pass over to Fortunato. Screen set by Zarnicki. Newell gets right past it. Cross back over. Take the shot, Zarnicki. He'll knock it down. That's a 3 by David Zarnicki. Hoover 29, Green 16. 7 minutes, 18 seconds left to go here in the third.
Well, if you're Green, that's what you need to start here in the third quarter. Let's see who can step up. Could it be Zarnicki? Could it be Dubrovich? Could it be one of the Fortunatos?
Could it be Wyrick, honestly? Kane going inside now. Quick board by Lewis after the shot goes awry there, excuse me. Now Lewis, guarded by Kane, crosses him over. He's got to get down the court now. Bounce pass over to Dubrovich. Dubrovich has a screen inside to Fortunato. He'll jump step in a hop. He'll get his own board and he'll put another one up. Almost a very tough layup there from the Fortunato. AJ Fortunato, rather. Now, Oster's got it at the key. Kane's got an open 3, won't take it. Hirschberger from 3, why not? Why not? Toilet bowl swisher out.
Now it's a good look by Hirschberger on that 3 from the corner. Just goes in and out. Hey, when you're open like that, you're a shooter like Hirschberger, you got to take those.
A little bit of a timeout here for a shoe to be tied. Dubrovitz on the inbound for the Bulldogs. Hands it off to Fortunato. Dubrovitz beats Kane. Now Fortunato dribbling down, guarded by Newell and Kane. He'll look to drive inside. He's got Dubrovitz at the 3-point line. Instead, it drives it to Lewis. And now Lewis at the key gets it to Fortunato. AJ Fortunato dribbles inside. Tough layup. Foul for the kid. That'll get some foul shots over for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, just an aggressive move by AJ Fortunato to get to the draw the foul. Third foul on Gage Wagner for Hoover.
Fortunato's first. Goes out.
Boy, I saw on Instagram today another visit by Walsh for AJ Fortunato for football.
Fortunato carried that Cavalier spirit right into the free throw line, but to no avail. Hirschberger is guarded by Fortunato. He's got a lane inside. Instead, goes to Oster. Hirschberger to Kane at the key. Screen left. Kane's inside. Goes to Wagner, and Wagner puts up a quick two. Hoover 31, Green 16. 15-point lead now for the Vikings.
First points of the night for Wagner. A lot of points in the paint tonight for the Vikings.
A bullet inside to Fortunato. AJ Fortunato gets another layup. He's got another. Hoover 31, Green 18. A 13-point deficit now for the Bulldogs as Kane dribbles it up the court. He's got a lane inside, puts one up. Travel. Rather, a foul. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's going to go against Hayden Lewis for Green. That's his third. First for the Bulldogs in the quarter. Shooting foul, though, as Crew Kane goes to the line for Hoover.
Kane's first. Goes in. My God.
Well, Crew Kane, having one of his better games of the season, already up to 12 points, looking for more.
Kane's second. Floats it up. Floats it out. No go. Only 1 for 2 on that set of free throws. Fortunato's keying this up for the Bulldogs now. Through his legs. He's guarded by Newell. Can't get past him. Newell beats the screen. Instead, Fortunato looks to kick it out to Zarnicki. Zarnicki's got an open three. Bang! Gets it. Zarnicki with a quick three. Hoover 32. Green 21.
Well, it's 2 threes in the quarter from Zarnicki. Gets the Bulldogs a little bit closer. They're down by 11.
Only an 11-point lead now for the Vikings. Being cut down very, very early now. 3 minutes have passed by in the third, and now Bluey taking his kids in with a timeout to hopefully regroup.
Yeah, still plenty of time left in this game, and we said when the second half started, who's going to be that guy for Green? AJ Fortunato already's had a big night so far for them, but David Zarnicki here in the third quarter with 2 big threes to cut that lead a little bit closer. And Hoover's going to be inbounding the ball here. Aiden's got to take a break for a little bit, so I'll try my hand at play-by-play for the first time in a long time. Now, Crew Kane's going to be at the top of the key. Left wing to Hirschberger. Hirschberger being guarded by Anthony Fortunato. Dribbles around the circle, shoots, and scores. Another jumper for Hirschberger. He's got 13, and Hoover's leads up to 34-21. That's the first play-by-play I've done in I don't know how many years.
We had a couple of technical difficulties there. My power strip was not working. Zarnicki now dribbles inside, fires an interception right into Hirschberger's hands. Hirschberger goes behind his back. He wants this, but gets it to Newell instead. Oster's got it at the 3-point line, the key. Wagner goes inside instead, guarded by Weidrich, unsuccessful. 13-point lead now for the Vikings. Dubrovitz gets it to Fortunato, who Fortunato gets it to the other Fortunato. Anthony's got it now on the left side. Dubrovitz to Fortunato. Fortunato put up a three. No go. And now Hirschberger comes out with the rebound. Wagner resets. Hirschberger has a deep look at a three-pointer. Kane instead has it now at the G. 3 minutes 40 left to go here in the third. Wagner's got it inside to Hirschberger, and a quick bucket underneath goes to Hirschberger.
Yeah, Hirschberger up to 15 points right now, and it's now a 15-point Hoover lead once again.
Dubrovitz has it. Tries to go behind his back. Another turnover for the Bulldogs. Falls into the hands of Crew Kane. Kane inside, and not one, but he'll take a hard fall and get two at the line.
And that's going to be on Sam Dubrovitz, that foul for Green, his second. And the second for the Bulldogs here in the third quarter. Crew Kane going to the free throw line, looking to improve on a 12-point night. Kane at the free throw line this season, shooting just 54%, just early.
Kane gets the free throw. Now coming in for David Zarnicki is Wyatt Milton. John Collins coming in for Oster. Hirschberger, Kane, both around the same points now here. Hirschberger, after an early deficit, comes back to really get back on that tally board for points here for Hoover. Dubrovitz has it for the Bulldogs, guarded by Kane. Now at the G. Screened by, gives it to A.J. Fortunato, who has his brother to his left. He'll look to cut inside, cuts under, spins around, puts one in, and one for Anthony Fortunato. Give it to him. Hoover, 38, Green, 21.
Boy, nice spin move, nice aggressive spin move by Anthony Fortunato. Draws the foul on Carter Newell, his second, team second for the Vikings. And Anthony Fortunato with the chance to get the Bulldogs a little bit closer.
And that and one will be successful, converted. 14-point lead now for Hoover. We're back where we started. 2 weeks ahead, it's Hoover. Kane to Newell on that left side. He's double-teamed. Hirschberger, quick catch and shoot. No go. Hirschberger not on fire from that three-point line tonight. Maybe I did jinx him, Mike.
Yeah, just 1-3 on the night, but still 15 points. Big factor in this game for Hoover.
He can do it on the outside and on the inside. And as Dubrovitz fires a pass outside right into the hands of Coach Spottleson, ball goes out of bounds. It's another turnover for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, again, I don't know how many they've had tonight. Really don't want to keep track of turnovers, but it's not helping Green get back to this game. Another unforced turnover, too. That's the thing.
Holohan on the inbound for the Vikings. Gets it inside to Crew Kane. And Kane, like we've been saying, has had such a big night tonight for the Vikings. As they'll hand it off to Holohan. Holohan dishes it out to Hirschberger on the left side. McCann at the three-point line. Holohan drives inside. Three-pointer is Kane inside. Instead, grabs it and converts. Hoover reaches the 40-point threshold, now leading Green by 16. It's Hoover 40, Green 24. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Anthony Fortunato by himself has to give it back to Knowlton, who gives it right back to him. Fortunato dishes it out to A.J. Fortunato. Ethan Wyrick now has it on the left side. Wyrick looks to drive through with his left. Instead, finds Knowlton at the three-point line. He'll drive inside. Quick layup for Wyatt Knowlton, and Knowlton's got it.
Yeah, first points of the night for Wyatt Knowlton there. Green within 14.
Hoover, 40, Green 26. 1 minute, 25 to go here in the third. McCann's got it, dishes it off to Hirschberger. He'll drive inside, gets around Fortunato. Inside is Collins, and Collins can't come down with it. Collins finally getting his minutes back in after a big performance in that first quarter. Anthony Fortunato dribbles underneath, lobs it up to Dubrovitz, and Dubrovitz now finds himself coming in and out of the paint, and the Bulldogs will reset. Spottleson telling his men, we got to come over to the left side. Downhill is Fortunato. He'll cross over. Quick three. Right in. Like we said, 11-point lead now for the Vikings. they've been able to keep it within reach. The Bulldogs really coming back strong. And that'll be Kane, as I say that, rolls one right in. Hoover 42, Green 29. 35 seconds left to go here in the third. Big bucket will be needed here at the end of this quarter if Green wants to stay in the fight, Mike. Dubrovitz gets the ball poked out of his hands by Crew Kane, and Kane goes up and in. He gets an easy layup. Now, a 15-point lead for the Vikings. Hoover 44, Green 29. 15 seconds left to go. And another turnover on the Bulldogs. It's Dubrovitz.
Yeah, they're going to get Dubrovitz for the offensive foul here. And this isn't what Green needs at the end of this quarter. They had a chance to make this a manageable game, but a turnover, an offensive foul. Hoover converts off of the turnover. Let's see what they can do here to see if they can extend the lead.
Casey Richlet coming in for the Bulldogs now. He comes in for Ethan Wyrick. Now Ben Bronick in for Sam Dubrovitz. Kane is able to drive inside, finds Collins, who gets it to Hirschberger on the perimeter. A.J. Fortunato guarding McCann. McCann to Kane. No arc on the candy cane for him tonight. Hoover 44, Green 29. Going into the fourth.
Well, David Zarnicki looked like he was going to be the guy to help Green get back into this game, but he hits a couple of threes. Anthony Fortunato with a three for the Bulldogs, but just a tough final few seconds there. Two turnovers for Green. Hoover's able to take advantage of it. It's a 44-29 Hoover lead, and the Vikings are able to tack on a point to what was a 14-point halftime lead. You know, we wanted to say the Bulldogs, they wanted to give themselves a chance going to the fourth quarter. Now, it's not over, but Hoover's really made it tough for them to come back.
Spot on, Mike. As we go into the fourth, like we've said, Hoover 44, Green 29. Big deficit now for the Bulldogs, 15 points.
Boy, I've been really impressed with what we've seen out of Hoover. Probably couldn't judge much when they played Youngstown East, even though they won that game decisively. But to beat St. Ed's and to come on the road in your first Federal League road game and build this big lead, they've been really impressive this season.
Richlick inbounds it to Lewis. Lewis gets it stolen by Hirschberger. Hirschberger pokes it out of bounds, and now it's going to be another ball possession for the Bulldogs. On the inbound for the Bulldogs is Ben Bronick. Bronick Jr. has had a lot of stellar playmaking moments in this game today. Gets it to Richlick. Richlick, we haven't seen much of him tonight. He's been more of the dark horse side of things, and he'll lose the ball as that ball falls right into the hands of Alex Newell. Newell to Hirschberger. Hirschberger spot up! Right off the front of the rim. No good. Zarnicki dishes it out to Lewis now on the right perimeter. And now in transition, Hirschberger loses Lewis. Lewis to Knowlton. Knowlton on that left side pulls it out to Lewis, and now Lewis resetting for the Bulldogs. Tries to go inside to Bronick. Bronick with his left. Tries to find Richlick on a screen inside, but can't get it done. Lewis instead, Spinaroni outside to Richlick. Richlick resetting for the Bulldogs now as Bronick takes it over on the left side. Zarnicki's got it. He'll look inside for Bronick. Can't go stride. Knowlton now resets at the key for the Bulldogs. And that was three separate motions that Green tried to take there that they just couldn't get it done. Richlick tries to go inside for Lewis, but he can't find it. Zarnicki instead finds it himself. Ball's turned over yet again. Another turnover for the Bulldogs. Danny Holohan. Where'd you find that?
Yeah, first points of the night for Holohan. 17-point lead for the Vikings, 46-29.
Lewis has it for the Bulldogs. Full screen pass, and that's going to be a timeout for the Bulldogs.
Well, now this might be Mitch Spottleson's way of really seeing what he has out of his team. Normally, with a 17-point deficit in the fourth quarter, you'd see some of your front liners, still in the game here to try to get you back. But, still experimenting. Not that he wants to just throw this game away right now, but like you talked about before the game, just experimenting what he has, moving forward here.
Coming out of the timeout, Green is going to put in Dubrovitz, Lewis, Fortunato, and Zarnicki.
And just when I say that, he puts his frontliners back in.
What can he do? Looks like he really wants to crawl out of this. This is a winnable game for Green. They just need to play practically perfect basketball in these last 6 minutes, 35 seconds. Hoover, 46, Green, 29. 6 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the fourth. Green, 2 timeouts left in the second half. Hoover, they've got all 5. Hoover hasn't had to take 1 break this entire half. Dubrovitz on the inbound. Looks to get it to Fortunato. Fortunato finds Lewis on that right side. Dubrovitz on the right, pressed up. He's double-teamed. Looks to do it himself. Fortunato finds it. Looks to cross over through his legs. Driving through. He'll go on in and get the and one. Big-bodied man there. Fortunato comes in clutch for the Bulldogs, as that is going to put them within 15 of the Vikings.
Yeah,
6 minutes left.
A nice aggressive move there by Fortunato, Anthony Fortunato. I think that's the second time we've seen him do that tonight, to be able to drive in, draw the foul like that.
And we're going to have to see a lot more initiative from these Bulldogs if they want to come away with a win. Another free throw made by Fortunato. A 14-point lead now for Hoover. Green back where they started at the beginning of the second half, working their way back slowly. Newell's got it to Hirschberger, finds his way right inside. Fortunato just leaves him right to his own devices.
Yeah, just a breakdown by Green's defense there, and Hoover's able to recognize it, get the ball to Hirschberger. Easy basket.
Lewis travels after a guard by Hirschberger. Spottleson's going to take another seat.
Well, Crew Kane coming back into the game for the Vikings. 20-point night tonight.
20 from Kane, 17 from Hirschberger. Hirschberger commanding the offense now. Goes inside to Holohan. Excuse me. Kane's got it now. Holohan's open on the other side of the court. Instead, Kane looking to get it to Hirschberger. Kane inside, drives under, finds Newell. Newell puts up a 3, no good. It's stepped out of bounds.
Now we're going to get a foul on Green. That's Sam Dubrovich. It's his 4th. Hoover will inbound underneath their own basket.
Kane's got it now. He's got a lane inside. Out to Hirschberger. Hirschberger driving inside, resets with Newell at the right side. Looking to drive underneath is Wagner. Newell instead is the one underneath. Kane finds Hirschberger. Outside to Newell. Newell puts up a 3, no good. Dubrovitz with the rebound. A.J. Fortunato, a fast break, put one up, put one down. He's got it. And Newell and Kane both take hard falls there as Fortunato puts up a quick 2 to put lead back within 15 points of the Vikings. It's Hoover 48, Green 34. And, Wagner now has it, who gives it to Holohan.
Well, I think we're going to get an offensive foul on Hoover here. On Crew Kane. First foul on Kane tonight. Boy, if Green could get a couple of threes, I mean, it could really make things interesting here.
Give it to Wyrick. Give it to Wyrick. Lewis has got it for the Bulldogs. Lewis, 0 on the night, but 3 fouls. He's guarded by Hirschberger. Tries to get by in transition. A.J. Fortunato's got it at the key to Dubrovitz. Inside is Anthony Fortunato. He's by himself, fouled, and it looks like Green will get a couple of seconds to recoup here.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul on David Sarsnecki, his 3rd. Foul on the floor, so Green will inbound underneath their basket. And a whistle
Lewis
before the inbound.
Tries to inbound it to Anthony Fortunato, but it's poked out again, and we're going to see another turnover. Well, not a turnover, but another reset.
Yeah, that foul was on Connor Newell, his third.
Lewis finds Fortunato in the corner. By himself, looking to set a screen with his brother, AJ Fortunato. Crossover by Anthony. He'll go inside. Initiative taken. No go. He won't draw the foul. Instead, ball ends up in Holohan's hands. Over to Hirschberger. Hirschberger's got a three. No go. Hits the top of the backboard.
Now Hirschberg with an opportunity there to possibly hit a dagger three for the Vikings. And Green will regain possession here.
Lewis stiff arms Hirschberger. Timeout taken by the Bulldogs now. Spottelson, he's got one left in the fourth.
Well, maybe let's talk about what we're going to be doing tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night we've got McKinley versus Glen Oak. Mike, I know the game. I know what we're doing tomorrow. We have McKinley at Glen Oak. A Bryce Broom-led Glen Oak squad goes toe-to-toe with a Reed Sims Jr.-led McKinley squad. McKinley beating Lake by 33 points.
Yeah, and they looked very good in doing it. And Green coming off a win over Brunswick at the Hall of Fame Hoops Hardwood Classic. And, we saw Brunswick here, and that's a big win for Glen Oak coming off a loss to Perry. So we'll be there at Glen Oak tomorrow. It's one of those things the Federal League likes to do, a couple of these during the season. It's actually a girls basketball, boys basketball varsity doubleheader. So the girls game gets underway at about 5:30, and we'll come on with the boys game at about 7 o'clock.
I'm really excited to see that out, Mike. Dubrovitz has the inbound for the Bulldogs now, as John Collins looks to check in for the Vikings. Outside is Zarnicki, who gives it to AJ Fortunato. Fortunato looking under for Lewis, can't find it. Anthony Fortunato instead resets for the Bulldogs. Takes it with his left. Goes inside, guarded by three guys. Dubrovitz, spot up three, a lot of arc. Can't come down, and that's also going to hit the top of the backboard.
Yeah, Dubrovich just can't get going tonight. Held scoreless so far.
Hoover 48, Green 34, 3 minutes 42 seconds to go here in the fourth. Hirschberger trailing his teammate Crew Kane by 3. Kane's got 20, Hirschberger's got 17, and just imagine where Hoover would be without Hirschberger and Kane tonight.
Well, they'd probably be in trouble. Green would be liking that, but two big factors for Hoover tonight.
Newell's got it, outside to Collins. Hirschberger has a three, won't take it. Instead, he's double-teamed, almost stolen by Dubrovitz. Dubrovitz going inside, no foul called. Newell fires to Hirschberger, who intercepts it. It was intended for Kane, and that ball's tipped out by AJ Fortunato. Newell now has it, dishes it right back out.
Well, with 3 minutes to go in the game, sorry, Aiden, with 3 minutes to go in the game, really no urgency needed for Hoover. They got a 14-point lead, just working the ball, working the clock.
Caden's got an open three. Spot up, why won't you? Take it. Coming up and in for the Vikings. Hoover reaches the 50-point threshold. It's Hoover 51, Green 34, a 17-point lead for the Vikings with 2 minutes, 32 seconds to go here in the fourth.
Yeah, 23-point night for Crew Kane.
Looking inside, in stride, is AJ Fortunato. He'll go right off the front of the rim. That ball's going to bounce out, and it looks like he's headed to the foul stripe.
Yeah, they're going to get a foul on John Collins for Hoover, his second. That's going to put Hoover over the limit. And AJ Fortunato will get free throws here, looking to add on to an 11-point night.
His first finds its way in. Looks like Hoover's reserves coming in now. Dre Martin comes in. We saw a lot of him in the JV game. John Collins still in. Fortunato second. Bounces out. Rebounded by Roman Geiselman. Bronick tries to trap on Dre Martin. Instead, Kane's got it. Martin open on the left side. They're playing hot potato with the ball now. Ball's given right back to Kane, who will drive in for him. Hirschberger's got a three, won't take it. Instead, he'll go behind the back. Instead, that ball is going to be out of bounds, and it's going to go in Green's way.
That's a nice behind-the-back pass by Hirschberger. Too bad it didn't go his way.
If that went his way, I would be in awe. Truthfully, you don't see a lot of that in high school basketball.
I'm still in awe. It was a great pass.
It was a great pass, regardless of whether or not it was out of bounds. Anthony Fortunato's at the key. He'll look for a screen from his brother, AJ, who won't fall in. That's given out to David Zarnicki, who will kick it right back out to Anthony Fortunato. He'll try and drive through. He's got a lane. He'll put one up, and he'll put one not in as Hayden Lewis looks to have the board. Hirschberger's now guarded by two guys. And in transition, Crew Kane's got it for the Vikings. Substitution here from the Vikings. Drew Taylor coming in for the Vikings now.
Well, a real impressive performance by Hoover tonight. Close game early. Crew Kane got them off to a great start. Hunter Hirschberger got into it in the second quarter, and both of them have continued to build on this big lead tonight. You know, what a tandem this team's got.
Hoover's fans also traveling very well tonight.
I bet a lot of them went to Mench's. By the way, that wasn't free advertising. It was just a comment. We don't want to go off what we're supposed to do here.
I'm just listening to the exchange of chants here from the student sections. Hoover starts chatting a little bit of smack, telling them to start the buses. And Green telling them, let's go play some football, huh?
Well, I always give the respondents credit. They always have a response.
Hoover actually just said, play the freshmen. So we're looking at a straight reserve game now for Hoover and Green both. Outside, Dre Martin's got an open three. No go. Ethan Wyrick on the board. He's trapped. Has to get it down. Daniel Milosevic has it for the Bulldogs now, commanding the court. Looks to get a screen from Knowlton. Pivots back. Guarded by Dre Martin. Wants to drive inside. Gets it to Ethan Wyrick. Wyrick, why don't you just take it? You got an open lane. Milosevic instead goes to the corner with Ethan. Ethan will cut under. Stefan Prostrin open on the outside, but Milosevic wants to take it for himself. Hoover 51, Green 35. We've got 20 seconds to play now here. Wyatt Knowlton loses it. It's taken by Dre Martin. He's guarded by Milosevic. He almost loses it. Instead, it goes inside. That is Geiselman taking a quick two to put Hoover up 53-35 with 5 seconds to go. Wyrick's got it, gives it to Milosevic. Milosevic, he's got a second. Doesn't put one up, and that's going to be the end after 4. Hoover 53, Green 35, Mike.
Well, like I said, an impressive win by Hoover tonight. It was 11-8 in favor of the Vikings after the first quarter, and they were able to build that lead in the second quarter and go on to a rather convincing win tonight. Looking at some of the scoring, Crew Kane, 23 points for the Vikings to lead the way. Hunter Hirschberger with 17 points. Rob Oster with 7 points. Danny Holohan with 2 points. And and Roland Geisman with 2 points. Looking at some of the top scores for Green, A.J. Fortunato with 13 points, David Sarsnicki with 6 points on a couple of threes, and Anthony Fortunato had 14 points. So Hoover improves to 4-1 overall. They get their first Federal League win. They're 1-1 in the Federal League, and Green drops to 0-3 overall, and they are 0-1 in the Federal League. So the final score tonight is Hoover 53 and Green 35. And Aiden Brueck will be, and I will be back for you with you in a few minutes with some possible post-game interview and a wrap-up.
Hello, everybody watching at home from the Letter Live. This is Aiden Brueck here with Mike Bluey from the Hoover High School basketball squad, head coach for the Vikings. Coach Bluey, I mean, what a win for you guys tonight. A statement win, especially after you guys fall to Jackson on Friday, but another statement win, especially after you guys beat St. Ed's. This is a huge game for you guys. This is a huge win. I mean, what were really these big factors that you saw coming into the game that you saw that you could exploit against this Green team?
Well, I'll tell you, to win on the road in the Federal League is difficult. So, we accomplished that tonight. Green's really physical, but we're pretty good with spacing on the floor and reading each other. This group has played a lot of basketball together, so they got good reads, good connections. They know when to cut, they know when to fill, etc. So, we executed. We didn't shoot it very well, but we did execute.
Yeah, and execute you did. I mean, Crew King comes into this game. It's really been the Hunter Hirschberger show for these last couple of games, but he comes in, electric start, still falls behind Hirschberger, but gets right back in it. I mean, Kane and Hirschberger, are such a dynamic duo. Not necessarily that they're always grouped together, but they're both able to do their different abilities right on the court. So how does it feel being able to space that out, especially?
Yeah, it's nothing. It's not a goal of ours. Sometimes it ends up being that way. We don't care who scores it, who's assists it, but we got kids with higher level skill sets. So we try to take advantage of what they can do on the floor. Generally, it ends up being similar guys, as you've seen recently. But we got guys that share the basketball. As you see, we got different guys shooting the three from different spots on the floor. We got to make them. We got to make some shots. But I'm happy with our guys' performance and their unselfish play. Yeah,
and you said 2 for 15 from 3. That's not something that we normally see from this Hoover squad, especially this year. I mean, what's in practice? 1,000 reps per player?
Yeah, right. Yeah, we may have to go to that number. But, we shoot it a ton in practice, and we have been shooting it well since the beginning of the season. Just testament to Green. Maybe their physicality bothered us a little bit. I don't know. Just one of those nights. That's okay.
Yeah.
We got the win. We found other ways to score, and we'll go back to work tomorrow.
All right. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You as well. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Letter Live. After a short break, we come back. Mike has got some score updates for you guys. Mike,
all
let's hear
right.
it.
Elsewhere in the Federal League tonight, Jackson is leading Lake 51-31 in the third quarter. And in other action in the third quarter, Warren Harding leading Alliance 58-33 at halftime. Canton South leads Mooney 21-19. In the second quarter, close game for Louisville at CVCA. Leopards up 27-21. And courtesy of Lily Askren, Fairless beats Rootstown tonight 43-42. That's their fourth win of the season. That surpasses last year's win total.
Let's go Fairless. Let's give a hand for Fairless, guys. Let's go.
Maybe we should go down there one day.
Could be in the cards. Could be in the cards. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it from the Letter Live here. My name is Aiden Brueck. This is Mike Popovich from the Canton Repository. Besides that, we got nothing else for you.
We'll see you tomorrow night.
We'll see you tomorrow night at Glen Oak.